Shut up, Davy King. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Football. Is the 23rd of September 2024. And I tell you what, John Gilligan, it's the first time he spoke, and he's not disappointed in terms of headlines, I'll tell you that much. See this telling Dave King to shut up, right, and behave like a proper shareholder? What's behave like a proper shareholder in 2024? Just shut up, steal money, hoover money at the club, and pretend that everything's hunky dory. Is that how to perform like a proper shareholder? Is that it? You know, just be inept at your job, just be a jobber. Let Celtic walk to leagues and trophies and put themselves mild curious. It's an absolute disgrace. You know, this whole situation that's going on at Rangers, right? I honestly don't really understand. I mean, Dave King, right? What's he come out and said? That's well, like what's he come out and said like in the past couple of weeks? It's been ridiculous or wrong. Nothing. I mean, that is brutally honest. But what's Gilligan saying here? What is Gilligan saying here? But of course, Dave King, his chances of returning as top dog are unrealistic. But let's see what Gilligan said here, because there's a few wee quotes to dive into. Alright? And I quote, I just say to Dave, please take it below the radar. Behave like a proper shareholder. Don't do what you are doing. It's just a shame because he's a great character and had massive influence on the club at the same time. I'll always respect that. Dave is a real businessman. He knows how shareholdings work. He's a 15% shareholder. The other directors are 10, 12, 13% shareholders. It is unrealistic again with the EGM. It is a bit unrealistic because EGMs are inferable called by people who wish to change something, but the current board don't wish to change. So why would we call an EGM? End of quote. You know, it's right though. This like the EGM was never going to happen. Like never ever going to happen because as he's just said there, Gilligan, you would need a few of them, the majority, whatever, in order to vote in the favour of that. And of course, they're not going to vote in the favour of that. You know, see this board talk. It depresses me. I don't want to talk about it. You know, the reality is when your club's on top, you don't care. You don't see the board. It's irrelevant, man. It's irrelevant. Like they're an afterthought. Thank you, but we're on top. But see when you're down in the trenches, and you know it's the last line of defence. You're peeking over, man. Your helmet gets skimmed by a bullet. This is board talk just takes centre fold, and you know what Rangers have got to do on the pitch right now is just continue to win games of football. See this board talk, fucking. I mean, try and forget about it, but I think everything. I don't. I mean, see Dave King. I think everything he says makes sense, but I'm not surprised that the rest of the shareholders and the rest of the board are kind of disagreeing with him. Is the way things have been happening. He did go on to say, and I quote, it's only destabilizing if the people who are the main shareholders and operating the business don't have a plan and don't have people in place to execute it. We have had difficulties recently with the stadium and things, but destabilizing? No, not particularly. Dave's entitled to say what he wants. It's a free world. But I don't feel like it's destabilised at all, no. If you look at what's been said and what the guys have been saying, there's a shareholder structure to the business. There's a projection plan. Dave was chairman. Dave's still a major investor and can attend the AGM and ask questions. But there's just no appetite for it at the moment because, one, Dave was here before and he stepped away. Other people stepped up. Douglas Park stepped up, then stepped down, and John Bennett stepped down. There's just no appetite. In his explosive statement last week, King claimed he would need 50 million to meet short and medium objectives and start ruling in Celtic. Gilligan replied, I don't think you can put a number on it. End of quote. I don't think you can put a number on it. Why would that be, Gilligan? Why can't we put a number on it? Because you, John Bennett, and Douglas Park have created a number so wide between us and Celtic, you're too afraid to put a number on it. Is that why? You know what I mean? Why are they making out Dave King to be a bad guy? He stepped away. Dave King stepped away after doing a decent job. You know what I mean? Dave King overseen us in our best period in the past 12 years. And they're making it, he's like, he stepped away. I stepped away and you pricks fumbled. You guys, you dropped the ball. You dropped the ball, man. You know, you fumbled. To quote the NFL, you fumbled it, man, and Patrick Mahomes picked it up and did a 90-yarder Hail Mary, man. A.K.A. Gravy Bowl. Ange Postecoglou. Good night. But what else did he say? I mean, he talks about the gap to Celtic. Let's just read. This is the final quote. And I quote, the gap at the moment is considerable, but when you have to just win your games, get back challenging for the top spot, then if we get to the level we hope to get to, then the gap can change quite quickly. There's fresh investment coming into the club, but in fairness, Dave is talking about fresh investment. He doesn't want to invest, end of quote. Well, again, that's bullshit, because next year there won't be two teams from Scotland in the Champions League, which therefore means you need to win the league to get into the Champions League and to get those riches. So that's just not going to happen. You know what I mean? Like, he's talking about, oh, we can get to the level we hope to get to, then things can change quite quickly. But he's talking about how the fact there is a gap between Rangers and Celtic. According to this guy's own logic here, the only way that we can get close to Celtic is by getting into the Champions League. But by getting into the Champions League, you would need to beat Celtic or win the Europa League. And honestly, I mean, obviously it's easier to win the league, right? I'm not denying that. But in theory, you could get an easy run to the Europa League final. But I just look at the teams in the competition. I just don't see an easy run this year. I really don't. And yeah, just a weird statement to make. Anyway, guys, that's where we're going to leave it. I mean, John Gilligan's basically told Dave King where to go. What do you guys think of it? What do you guys think of it? But I'll tell you where to go in the comments section. Leave your thoughts down below. Subscribe, all that good stuff. I'm getting better. Get my orange juice, man. Getting rid of this chest infection or whatever you want to call it. And I'll be back. Never left, but vids are coming thick and fast. European preview show soon this week as well. Fan Dabby Dozy.